guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna and this is toBe TV, the place to be if you are planning your wedding. So I wanted to talk to you that I'm sort of blending in this week with my grey top. Okay, this week we are going to be talking about your wedding disco. So more talking about the entertainment side of things and just a couple of things to be aware of and possibly check out before your wedding day. Now, I'm going to tell you a story, and it's a story that, I tell you, I have never been so scared in my life. We had a wedding recently and I was day of coordinator, so you know I hadn't been involved in the planning of it or consultations regarding all of the different vendors. Particularly I had contact with the venue and knew that the bride and groom were using the venue's preferred DJ or resident DJ as they sometimes call it. And I turned up on the day, everything was going lovely, it was really good wedding, the bride and groom were really happy, the food came out, it was beautiful, came to the evening, and I was only there until the evening began, after which they didn't need me anymore, so I was about to head off just before they were invited back into the room for their evening. And just before that happened, obviously the DJ is meant to turn up and set up, and he didn't arrive. When he wasn't there sort of 5-10 minutes before he should have been there to set up, the hotel called him and he said that he didn't have any recollection of the booking. And oh my God, could you imagine? My heart sank and I felt as sick as a pig. This is the middle of August, and what DJ is going to be available in the middle of August? It's the middle of high wedding season. It's the middle of summer, where festivals and, you know, weekends down the pub and all of that jazz. I was like, where are we going to find a DJ? So I went to the DJs that I had recommended this hotel move over to, and I contacted them and I was like, I know this is like long shot, but have you got anybody? And unfortunately all of his DJs were booked, but he did put it out on his Facebook and try and get me some help, and we started ringing round on Google. Long story short, we found somebody. He was only sort of 20 minutes away. He got there he said that he could be there by 8:30. He was there at 8 o'clock. He had music on 10 minutes later. He was an absolute trooper. I was so grateful. But you don't want to worry your bride and groom about this. And as a bride and groom, you don't want to be worrying about this. So you need to try your best to avoid this ever happening to you on your wedding day. The last thing you want is, you know, no DJ or music entertainment. So a couple of ways to avoid this happening would be, one, talk to the DJ. So this DJ didn't have any sort of recollection of this booking, even though the hotel pulled up the email that they sent him booking him for the event. He says he didn't know that he was booked for it. You, as a bride and groom, will want to talk to the DJ before your wedding day. Okay, so even if it is an on-site DJ, you need to say to the on-site, the venue and everything else, you need to say to them, I want to talk to him directly. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all with you speaking to them directly, but you need to instigate that just in case it is one of those things where they just book the DJ and then you talk to them on the night about the song that you want. You should have conversation with them beforehand So make sure you get contact details for the DJ and call them and have a conversation with them. Meet them in person if you can, because you get a much better vibe off of somebody. Meet them in person before you book them if you want to. Like, obviously the venues are going to encourage you to use their DJ, but you don't have to unless it's stated in their terms and conditions. So you want to just meet this person. You want to know, you know, if they've got any YouTube videos that you can watch of them DJing, doing a set, or whether they do any DJing in pubs or clubs or something, so you can go and hear them. Because if you don't actually hear what they do or get a vibe for the type of person they are, then how do you know that you really want them doing your entertainment on your wedding day? You may say, oh, it's just a case of just playing some music. But there is a bit more to DJing than that. They need to be able to read the audience, and they need to be able to tailor the music to the people that they've got in front of them. They should be able to very quickly tell if a song is resonating with them, and you want people to be on the dance floor. So you want a DJ that's going to be able to encourage people onto the dance floor without having to say, get on the dance floor. So it is a bit of a skill. And you need to kind of see it in action to know whether you like the way that they DJ. So my advice is, if you are tempted to go with the venue's recommendation, get some contact details and get in touch. As with all of your vendors, you should be contacting them all 2 weeks before the wedding and just clarifying times, clarifying final payments or anything that haven't been done yet, and just making sure that everything is set. Now, if you have a wedding planner, the wedding planner would do this for you, if that's part of their contract. But you should be sitting there with your vendor list 2 weeks before, ringing them up saying, hi, just checking in. Wedding's in 2 weeks. I've got you down at turning up at this time, leaving at this time, delivering this at this time, whatever it is. This is what I'm expecting from you. Is everything still okay? And just checking in with them. And then that's going to give you peace of mind on the wedding day that everything should run smoothly. And if there is something, an issue, it's going to come up at that phone call. So you're going to have a couple of weeks to sort it out. So if, heaven forbid, something like this did happen to you and your DJ turns around and says, oh, sorry, I hadn't got any recollection of this, I'm in sunny Spain or whatever, you've got 2 weeks to find somebody else instead of 1 hour to find somebody else. So don't put yourself in that position. Make sure that you've had contact with all of your vendors 2 weeks before the wedding, just to check that everything's on time and everything is running smoothly for them, as well as putting your mind at rest. So yeah, the same applies for if you have a band, or if you have a singer, a magician, you know, any of the entertainment side of things. Make sure that you speak to them in person. If you don't let somebody else book and speak to your vendors. Okay, you know, if you've got to pay a deposit through the vendor, through the venue, then that's one thing. But you should have spoken to and be happy with that vendor before you blindly book it, you know. So yeah, just get in touch with them first before parting with any money, and make sure that you're happy with them, and then make sure you speak to them before the wedding. That's it for this week. I hope that helps, and I hope that stops you going through any of the stress that I went through a few weeks back. I will see you in the next one. And yeah, happy planning. See you soon. Bye for now.